in Maine. Why must I chase the cat?
Good evening and welcome to Posse Presents. I am here tonight with my friend Robin, and Robin has brought Baloo with her. Robin, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having us.
I am thrilled. Huh? Okay. Okay. So we're having some technical problems. Can you sneak around and check the connections? Anyway, we are here tonight because Baloo is looking for a home. And he's got a little bit of a story. He came from a place that not many dogs make it out of alive.
No.
The
He is
New
a
York
survivor.
ACC, the Animal Care and Control, which is basically a death camp. He made it out. Tell us
did.
about that.
Actually, it was the day he was to be put down. I got him, they brought him to me. He would have been gone by the time he came to me if I didn't take him. He was on his last chance.
And so many of the dogs there don't get that chance.
No.
And, you know, it's a story that repeats itself day after day there. So Baloo is definitely one of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about him? How old is he?
He is between 2 and 3 years old.
Okay.
He's about 70, 75 pounds. He's a big boy.
Yes, he's a big boy, but he's a good boy.
He's a happy boy. And
he's excited to be here tonight.
He's very excited to be here tonight.
He's pretty smart.
He's extremely smart. He picks up on things like that. We've got a couple of tricks under our belt, like roll over, 5, give me 5, give me 10. We're working on sitting like a bunny and then standing on his feet and taking a couple of steps like a person.
Oh boy.
But he picks everything up in maybe a couple, 3 tries.
And that's really good, because, you know, there are dogs you can have their whole lives that can't even sit. Funny, I had a couple of those in my time, and I think I still do, but...
I do.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and it's not always about what you put into it. Sometimes, you know, it's just the dog doesn't want to know.
No, but he loves to learn. You can see the wheels turning.
Yeah.
And he loves to learn and figure it out, what you're asking of him.
Yeah, you could tell he's really smart, and he's, like, very interested in everything that's going on around him.
Yeah.
You get, like, really good vibes from this guy. He's really cool. I'm so excited to meet him. And you were putting up all kinds of pictures this week.
Yes.
To let everybody know how excited Baloo was to be coming on the show. Zach, are we in a position, I know we're having some issues, are we in a position to put up the pictures?
The pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do pictures. Her mic though, there's something wrong with the mic itself, so if you move around too much, it's gonna short out and
Okay.
the volume's gonna go up and down, so you gotta have it still.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so let's put the pictures up. There's Baloo, in his little love vest.
Yes.
He's very, very handsome, and you could tell he likes his toys.
He loves his toys. He loves to carry that particular rope toy around, and he also loves his blankets.
He does. Yeah, you told me a story about him and blankets.
He will pick up a blanket and carry it around like Linus.
Uh-huh.
And then get his head under it and bury himself under it and sort of tunnel through.
Okay.
And he'll grab it back with his mouth and pull it around him like a cape.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, Zach, let's get another picture up. There he is, ready for his big adventure.
Yes, that's his television debut.
And did you bring the stars for his dressing room?
I did.
I love the glasses. That's awesome. And what else do we have here, Zach?
Oh, that was...
Is that his bunny move?
That's his bunny move. Sitting like a bunny.
Okay. And you also have some graphics there as well.
Oh. He says he ain't too proud to beg for his forever home.
There you go.
He's a Rolling Stones fan.
Yeah, well, the best of us are. And we have, I think, one more.
Happy Friday, love Baloo. And then it says, see you guys tomorrow on Triple P.
Yeah, Posse presents. All right, so we will take the camera back, I think, now that I've just gotten the notes all over. While we were showing you the pictures, we switched out Robin's microphone, and I'm sure it sounded like a mess on the air, but it is what it is. So thank you to the crew for being so on point with stuff. Give Speedo a hand here for running over. Yay! Anyway, so if someone is interested in adopting Baloo, they would contact you, and how would they do that?
They can contact me at lunasway723@gmail.com.
One more time.
Lunasway, LUNASWAY 723@gmail.com.
Okay, and there is an application process. You have to be approved. He's not
Yes.
just, going to go to the first person who says, hey, I want him.
Yes, no, there's a 3-step. It's, the application that you fill out, and there will be a home visit and a meet and greet, which that can go in between wherever is convenient.
Yep. And how is he with other animals? That's kind of...
He really should be the only dog.
Okay.
Only because he just gets too excited, and he's happier having all of your attention.
Yeah, I mean, and he seems like he would be a handful.
Yes.
And enough, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
He seems like he would be like that dog you would be like full-time.
Right, yeah.
Living with just him.
Yes.
And that's not a bad thing.
No, he will definitely occupy your time. You will not be bored.
Yeah, no, I don't imagine that you would be.
He's a great dog. He has a great sense of humor, too.
Yeah, he's really, he's showing us that right now. I think Speedo will never be the same. He's jumping all over him. Oh. I wish you could see this. Baloo, come here.
Baloo.
Speedo's sitting on the floor, and Baloo is like in his lap and rolling all over the floor. Come here, you.
Come on. Oh.
Yes.
Sit.
Time to show off, my
Sit.
friend.
Good boy.
What else can you do for us?
Down. Over. All the way. Good boy.
Yeah, that's a little hard to catch on the camera, unfortunately, because of the angle. Yeah.
Okay.
What else can you do?
Sit. Good boy.
All right,
5.
Zach's going to try
5,
to tune it up a little bit so we can
10.
get that.
Good boy.
We'll just have to do it again. Oops.
Uh-oh.
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 All the treats are spilling all over the place. Before he notices.
We have a treat emergency.
We're full of emergencies tonight. All right, should we try the over again?
Okay. Sit. Down. You go over. Down. Over.
Very good.
There we go. Good boy. Good boy.
So he is really, he's very eager to please.
Yes.
And he's clearly treat motivated.
He is so treat motivated.
And And there's the goobs again. And because of his high activity level and his strength and his size,
Yes.
he'd probably, I mean, he'd be fine with children, but older children.
Older children.
You're finding crumbs, my friend.
We met
You're finding crumbs.
a couple of kids out walking, and they were fishing, and
I know.
they were probably in their early teens.
Uh-huh.
And he was really excited to see her until I redirected his energy.
And there goes my microphone.
Look at you. You're a mess.
You are a hot
You're a
mess,
mess.
son. You're going to fall right off the couch.
Okay.
Alrighty. We're going to get back to
Okay.
being mic'd up here. Yes, you are just a love. He's really, I mean, he's a great dog, and you've had him for how long now?
A year.
A year.
A year.
Which is, you know, a long time for an animal to be in transition.
He lives by himself in his own room, which is sad. You know, I take him more places than my own dogs go, you know.
And he's not
he
in the
gets
room
out.
because of him.
No, he's not in the room because of him. He's in the room because my boys don't get along with other male dogs.
Yeah. So it's
So,
definitely not that he's an issue.
No, it's mine.
And you know, we all have those dogs. I mean, from time to time that don't want to share their space with another dog.
Right.
And that's just happens to be, you know, you've got a pack and
Yeah.
they don't want anybody else.
Right.
So that's part of the reason why he's got all this pent up energy,
Yeah.
of course, is because he needs to fit into.
Yeah, he's not sure where he fits in or where
Yeah.
he's supposed to belong.
And he just wants to. I mean,
Yeah.
you can tell he's just, look, now that he's settled down, he's amazing.
Yeah.
And
He's a great dog. He is a great dog.
like he's got his feet all over you. He's like so trying to be like in your lap. It's too cute.
Oh, what a good
Yeah,
boy.
he's a good
Yes, you
boy.
are.
And you could tell he's attached to you.
Yeah, yeah.
You can tell.
I know.
Oh, you're attached to him.
Of course.
How could you not be? He's amazing. He just definitely, he needs somebody who can work with his energy,
Yes.
who will continue to teach him because
I
he
mean-
obviously, he needs like that little
Yeah.
workout, you know, that
Yes.
mental stimulation,
Yes,
the
he-
physical activity. He'd be great for somebody who had a big yard and he could run around
Yeah.
and, you know, throw the ball, throw the stick, throw the toy.
He loves to go after sticks and toys. I don't use balls because he's strong.
Uh-huh.
And they come back in shreds. He doesn't mean it, but he doesn't mean it.
Oh, yeah, you're going to fall right off the couch and we're going to just laugh. I'll
You're a
hold you a little
goober.
bit with my foot.
You're such a goober.
He's too funny. That's hilarious. Where are you going? You're going to slide right off. And you're pretty much all the way down because, like, my foot can't hold you up. But we got your belly.
He's just draped.
Yeah, he's kind of like just like chilling. And it's all good. See, now you're going to have to go down. You can't come back up from there. And he doesn't even care. He's too funny. Oh, boy. And we lost your mic.
Okay.
This is going to be a rough night for staying in one place tonight. But he's now rolling all over the floor, and he's having a grand old time. Aren't you, big boy? Oh. Watch for flying goobers. Anyway, while you're here, you're a very, very busy lady on a lot of fronts. And one of the things that you are very active in promoting, and by your shirt we can show that off, is Desmond's Law.
Desmond's Law.
So let's talk a little bit about that. Baloo is off in the corner giving love and being a good boy. He's so much more calm now than he was at
Yeah.
first, and you really get to see how he's like shining through.
Right. Yeah. That's who he
Yeah,
is.
so you're going to sit on the floor and get him started all over again. You're trying to incite him. I know this. Anyway, so Desmond's Law. Briefly, let's talk about what that is. I have talked about it before, but we have an expert here, so.
Well, So Desmond's law is a law that we're hoping to pass that will put law students in place in court for animals that are victims of abuse. Right now they have no advocate.
Right. So
And-
the whole thing, Desmond was an animal that basically
Yes.
he was failed by the system in a lot of ways. He was tortured, abused, and killed by his owner,
Yes.
who subsequently got just a slap on the wrist.
Right. Right.
And so,
His record's been expunged.
yeah, Desmond's law will put someone in the courtroom to speak up for the animal
Yes.
and hopefully affect a stronger sentence for the abuser, for the offender, and stick up and be the voice for the victim.
Yes.
So by putting the law students in, that gives a wonderful opportunity for court time, as we were saying earlier.
Yes, it's a great opportunity for students as well to have that experience in the courtroom.
And it gives the animals representation.
Yes,
It's a win-win on that
absolutely.
front.
And it will not cost the state 1 penny.
Right. So
Not
there's
1 red cent.
been a lot of activity with that this year. There's been a lot of people trying to rally behind it.
Yes.
Letters that can be written. We have until May 4th.
Until May 4th is when it goes before the House to be voted for the second time. That's the second round, and it'll either pass or we'll have to do it again next year.
Yeah. So May 4th basically is going to be the do or die.
Right.
And it's very important to write to your legislators. Connecticut Votes for Animals is basically the source that I always give
Yes.
for more information. They have a Facebook page, they have a website, ctvotesforanimals.org,
Yep.
and the CT Votes for Animals Facebook page. They give you the breakdown of what the bill actually means. They give you the breakdown of who to contact, where to go to find the information on who your representatives are, because some people really don't know.
No.
Whether you vote or not, you don't have to be a registered voter to write a letter.
No, you still have a voice.
Yeah, you still have a voice, and the best approach is not the nasty approach.
No.
It's not a demanding approach. Respectfully, just state your business, and there's even templates out there.
Yes.
For what to say, because some people don't really know where to start.
Right. Right.
And to start with nothing, you can at least start with something and build on it.
Right.
Which,
And even if you have a personal story, you can share your personal story also.
yeah, exactly. All of the information on the website and the Facebook page. There's also a list.
There is a list of representatives and senators who voted against this bill. It's actually on my group page, which is Connecticut Goes to Court Supporting the Voiceless.
And that's another thing you do. You go to all these court dates.
Yes.
If not you, somebody
Right.
who you work with, basically.
Yeah. We have a good group of people.
Yeah, you have a nice little network.
Yeah.
And what does that do? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people see pictures of you guys outside with the signs and oh, we went to this court date, we went to what is, for anybody who would wonder, like, why you would do it or what does it actually accomplish? Talk about that.
It's respectfully showing the courts that we are there for the animals, that the animals that have been put in this situation are not alone, and
that people
so
care.
that people know that people care, so that the court systems know that we are out here and we care what happens to these animals and that there should be justice.
And again, it's not, come here, Baloo.
Come here, baby.
It's not a situation where you're going there as picketers and protesters. You're
No,
holding up
no.
the signs to draw the attention.
Right. But we are quiet. We go into the courtroom. We're quiet. We're respectful. And we just want our presence there.
Right. You're just trying to make the statement. You're trying to make your presence known. And it's something that I think it does make a difference. I think it shows the courts, and it shows the judges, and it shows even the offenders that
Right.
they're not, what they've done doesn't go unnoticed.
Exactly.
Maybe make it, not, don't want to say make an example of, but just.
No, but they know that,
It's not going unnoticed.
right.
And I think that that's an important thing because, so many people who are abusers think that they do it and they hide it.
And they hide it.
And, no one's ever going to find out. And, it's just an animal.
Right.
And that's not the case.
Yeah. Or that nobody cares, or.
Right. It's not the case at all.
No.
And there's the whole puppy doe
Yes.
court case that's still going on, and people are showing up every time that one's in court. You've been showing
We
up
have
for
Puppy Dora. We have the case in Bristol, who that ends this May. That's she'll be sentenced, which after hanging 2 dogs, which the courts really disregarded the life of 1 dog.
Yeah, how do you hang 2 dogs but only one mattered, so
Exactly.
how did that happen?
Exactly. And I believe it's because the dogs did not have an advocate for them.
Yeah, I mean, it would make a difference.
If it was a person, they would have been charged for a double murder.
Yeah, exactly.
And this was just the life of 1 dog, and she hung 2 dogs.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Now,
So-
if there was an advocate in the courtroom, it might be a different thing because then somebody would have spoken up for the
Yes.
second animal and lobbied for a stricter sentence
Right.
or, something more to happen. than
And
just-
for this, she gets it's 6 months suspended. It's 3 years suspended after 6 months.
yeah, that's
and-
just, how do you even do that?
So
How do
by
you-
May, she will have had time served.
Yeah, so how do you even begin to justify the life of an animal in, 6 months?
It's unfathomable.
It really, I mean, I don't understand how our court systems just don't get it.
Right.
And hopefully, if we can pass Desmond's law, in Connecticut, we'll set an example.
Right.
Because, abuse is just, not only is it an intolerable thing, it's, whether it's through social media or something, there seems to be so much more of it. We're so much more aware of it.
Every day there's a new case
Yeah.
out there, and right here in Connecticut.
Yeah,
every
well,
day.
Let's not even start with the right here in Waterbury,
Well,
because
right.
there's something going on in this town that is just, I can't even start. That would be a whole show.
Yes, it would be. It needs to be addressed, though.
Yeah, it does. So anyway, for anybody who would want any information on when these court dates are, if they want to show up and they want to get involved, your Facebook, it's a group page,
Yes,
so you
it's
have
a
to
group
join.
page. Yes.
What is that again?
It's called Connecticut Goes to Court Supporting the Voiceless.
And it's CT,
CT.
right? And one more time.
CT Goes to Court Supporting the Voiceless on Facebook.
All right, so you can look up that group and you can request to join, and you post everything. You post the updates, you post
Yes.
the court dates, and you do try to have somebody show up at every one of them.
We try.
You
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
I see like can anybody go to this? And, is anybody going to that? It's to make your presence known and to let the world know that animals they have a voice.
They have a voice.
They have a backing. So one more time, while we've got this lover boy here on the couch, if you are interested in finding out more about Baloo, if you'd like to put in an application, Your email address again is?
Luna's Way 723. That's LUNASWAY 723 @gmail.com.
And you can get an application. You can ask any more questions about Baloo. He's 2 to 3 years old. He's smart. He's handsome. He's such a good boy. Once he gets his energy out, this is what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, and really and truly, I have to say that even the dogs in shelters, they're all wound up at first. Me,
Right.
me, look at me. It's
Yeah.
attention, it's attention, it's attention. And if they were having half the chance, they'd settle right in.
Exactly.
A lot of dogs don't show well.
Right.
Because they're so excited at first. They love attention. They love
Yeah.
visitors. Whether they're in a kennel or like this guy's in his own part of the house, they love to have the exposure, and they get so excited to see people, and it's just so unfair to judge them from that
Yeah.
first impression. They say
Right.
first impressions, you never get a second chance to make a first impression,
Right.
but with an animal, sometimes you kind of got to like see beyond that energy burst.
Yeah.
Because look at how
Well,
wonderful he is.
loves everybody. He just
Yeah.
loves everybody.
I mean, he walked in here like a boss. He owned the place. He loved everybody. And, look at him now. He's so happy to be just
hanging out.
snuggling. Yeah. And, you could tell he's still a little bit excited.
Right.
Panting, and he's all excited. I know. I know. I know. So anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
I so happy to finally get to meet this big guy, and he just got your
He did.
microphone again. Oh, Baloo, you are a disaster.
He's kissing the mic.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, see, he loves everybody, even the microphone, right? But anyway, think we're probably about ready to wrap it up, Zach? Alrighty, so you know how we say goodnight. Peace,
Peace.
love, and dogs. Thank you for watching, everybody. Good night.
Good night.